Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to LEGO The Hobbit. This could be the end of the story. Let's continue and find out. It'd be kind of hard for them to do this in the last level, but not impossible. If these guys make it to their destination and Gandalf shows up right then and there, I think all the pieces would be in place to finish the tale.
The desolation of Smaug.
The sun will soon reach midday. We must find the hidden door into the mountain before it sets. This way.
Wait, is this the Overlook? Gandalf said to meet him here.
We have no time to wait upon the wizard. Come.
But I thought a wizard was never early or late. So was the Desolation of Smaug, I know it was the name of one of the Hobbit movies, but was it the name of a chapter or just a phrase that was said in the Hobbit book? It's hard to tell. So we're gonna go into Dale here and make it all the way to that. Interesting. And then I imagine there's one more that's actually gonna take us against the dragon. This may be another level where you mostly just walk around and do nothing. We've had some levels where you've walked around and done nothing, and then we've had some levels where you've walked around and fought some guys and done nothing. The overall connecting factor here is you end up pretty much doing nothing. So like this guy, no character tokens or anything, just walk up to him and hit B to buy. Interesting. Of course, we are almost to 1,000,000 studs, and I will need that for score multipliers and item detectors as far as the extras, the red brick things. I'm not going to just wander around like I did in LEGO Lord of the Rings. That was a mistake on my part when I covered that game. I'm going to immediately look at a walkthrough and immediately know which levels to go to get the important detectors, and then hopefully we'll be able to free play through every level in order. I guess I could open that and all that, but it doesn't really matter. Wow, this is interesting. This feels like one of the cities in Skyrim, and it also feels very unique for a LEGO game. I have never seen an interior city area in a LEGO game. It's always been pretty much set outside, or you'd be in a room or something, sure, but that would be it. Here's apparently some stuff. Use the tinderbox treasure item on a lit torch to set a LEGO fire. So there's like 5 guys that are all frozen here in that area. Interesting. The door opening convinced me to go in. This is blowing my mind, the possibilities of a LEGO game set in a LEGO world, but how much of this city is really LEGO? I guess none of it. Almost none of it is LEGO. That's the problem. That's why they usually don't go at this scale. This tree, great example. It would have been easy to make a LEGO tree if you'd spent the effort on it. If the game had spent the effort on it. I don't know why I'm saying you. These walls have like no patches of LEGO on them at all, except for right where they want some to be, like a ladder. You could have put a little random LEGO pieces. This gazebo does not look like it's made out of LEGO. This cart is made of LEGO, of course. This fountain, nothing LEGO in this fountain at all. I wouldn't be terribly opposed to the thought if they just abandoned the world being made out of Lego completely is a quest. And just have us running around as minifigs in the modern world. I would entertain that thought at least. But I don't know what gameplay mechanics you could translate to it. If there's no smashing of Lego objects, what are you doing in the game? It would be so focused on fighting. It would be so just minifig against minifig fighting with no puzzles, no collectibles, no... I mean, stud counter would be pretty much thrown out the window. The basics of what is a Lego game would have to be redefined. And can you even really call it a Lego game if there's no Lego pieces at all in the game except for the minifigs? I don't think you would get away with that very easily. Yeah. Late design, obviously. Somebody designed this and maybe didn't even design it for this game, and then that was it. Like, you could tell the statue there is probably custom art, but this wall could have been done for any other Lord of the Rings game or fantasy game. That entire city could have been done for any game at all. And so here's like a mountain pass into the Dwarves area. I wonder if this is going to be the final challenge. Build something with a ridiculous amount of... Need specific Lego loot to build a this craft plate. Can be found by mining, defeating foes, and breaking Lego objects. We're almost done with the game. We don't really need the hint stones, but I guess it's fine that they're there. I like that city design, but it's blatantly obvious they were going to have us have some animator come back and do a pass on it and look at everything and say, well, I can replace that with Lego pieces, I can replace that with Lego pieces, I can replace that with Lego pieces, and just cut things out and replace, and they didn't bother to do it, one reason or another. So he wants 140, no, they want 20, I have 145. Yeah. That would have been a big problem. So I have everything I need to build. I think the problem with TT games, if we're gonna get down to it, is that they put too short of a budget on making a lot of their games. And adding an element like this, where I really do like the concept of this mini game, it needs some more polish and such, but I like the thought on it. I just don't think that they would ever let the game creators, their teams, spend enough time to have elements like this and polish everything up and have that perfect Lego game that I feel like they could make if they would spend the time on it and have the budget. And because they're always trying something new, it's odd in a fashion, because there's often times where it feels like they don't learn, or whatever they learn they forget, or they just don't use whatever they tried the next time. It becomes very silly. So I'll just hop in here. Which way am I supposed to go to get this mithril brick? It's just sitting there, so we'll take one for the taking. They probably put that there just in case you weren't collecting any in the overworld, which I'm not. Where am I supposed to go? What am I supposed to do? This is strange. Am I supposed to get everyone to where the mithril brick is? Or am I supposed to... They had me build the boat for no reason and then come this direction. Maybe I didn't need to build the boat. Maybe I was just misled. But that's where the indicator was pointing. Weird. What's this thing? Just a statue. We should take note, it's been 10 minutes here. We haven't even started the level yet. So I wonder, is this going to be a severely short level? Which way to go? This way. See, and there's another thing indicating me.
The company had arrived at the main gates of the once great dwarven kingdom of Erebor. The ruined entrance stood as a harrowing reminder of the horror that lay within.
He's eating a sausage while climbing. Gotta keep your energy up, I guess.
Anything? Nothing!
It feels so much like a little kid's story, having all of them be dwarfs.
Up here!
It's like whenever there's a story where all the characters are children or teenagers for no reason. Seems like pandering. It's making assumptions that only the little kids can't relate to adults, which, alright, maybe they can't, but you're certainly not going to help them relate to adults by always having all the characters be the age of the kid. So we're finally into the level, 10 minutes in. Am I in a rush now? Not really. I imagine we'll just play this naturally. Now I have to figure out which of the many characters do I want. It's this guy with the red cape. Good thing they have different colored capes, but still not very helpful. Like this red cape versus the other guy with the red cape versus the guy with the brown cape. It's hardly a drastic change. Alright, so we need this one here, and then this one that climbs up to that. Smash that for more collectibles. I imagine I need a lot more collectibles once all said and done. I need somebody with a hammer. Let's see. Who's the guy with the hammer? Is this the guy with the hammer? Wasn't this the guy that got sick? Let's see if this is enough. Nope. I'm gonna have to go through every character. Let's see, is this enough? And it seems like that whole section. He's the one with the hammer, alright. There we go. Come down here and see what's going on. So one assumes we need an evil character. So I imagine that that's an ogre has to go there. We have yet to see any of the orange handle places. It's a little weird. I assume that there are some hiding somewhere, and I've just missed them because the game didn't want me to see them. This way. Keep on breaking these. I wouldn't be surprised if all we have to do is climb to the top of this mountain and that's the end of this level. And there's like nothing else. Like that's the top of the mountain. And this is the bottom of the mountain. If I can find Frodo or Bilbo, whichever one he is. I could probably look at Y and figure it out. Let's see. Yeah, Bilbo. They're on top. So a little bit more climbing to do. This level really screams out for some like archers shooting at you, just for no reason. Not horribly in a way that you would fall more than once or twice if you got hit. And you'd only get hit, I would say, if you stood still for like 30 seconds straight. Otherwise, I think it should just be arrows flying towards you. I tried to do a buddy team up with that guy and it knocked me off the side of the thing. Interesting. And apparently that's not a buddy team up section. So many people on. Here's the other thing you would do. If you were going to introduce this number of people, I hate to say it, but if I was writing this story, I would have killed off most of these characters by now. Even if in the next like battle section, most of these characters do get killed off. That's not stringing out the action slow enough. It's really just like kind of a cheap turn of events at the end. I wouldn't have killed off anybody right at the beginning, though. You gotta characterize the people a little bit, unless you wanted to kill off one character and then have all the other characters tell like stories about that, about the one that died, but that would be a little difficult of bit of storytelling to pull off. 4 out of the 5 statues of the Dwarven King destroyed. Jump down this way. See, there was something down there we could have gotten probably in free play mode. We'll get it. Almost there. Last statue here. I think you could probably kill off 3 or 4 people in the final battle before it would just get repetitive. And like everything else in the story, so many of these characters feel like they could have been merged into the same person. There's nothing wrong with having one character that has a very like rich and well-written story versus 12 dwarves. I mean, he's really up in the ante from the 7 dwarves here, and the 7 dwarves was pretty much a joke in itself. Sleepy, Sneezy, Doc, all that. It's like those are just characterizations. You can even see that in the Once Upon a Time TV series. They have the 7 dwarves there, and they've limited them down severely, down to 3 of them that are really worth mentioning.
Through this day!
20 minutes?
Right then. We have a key. Which means there's somewhere there is a keyhole.
I think he already said that. 20 minutes and we're
losing the
halfway
light.
through.
Come on.
Now, of course, there's no time limit. There's never been really a time limit in any LEGO piece section, except for in the races. There were some awful vehicle missions in the original Star Wars LEGO games that had a bit of a time limit on them. They were sorely improved in the re-collection of them and re-release of them. Well, they weren't great even when they were improved, to be honest, but they were better. So people are... we see sunlight right there. We see sunlight right here. Where are we supposed to go? That's obviously the door right there. This is a gear. Here they have the new smaller dials here. These were a good change when they introduced them to make the dials a little bit smaller and a little less just spacious. How do I get past that section? All these characters are just programmed to wander around on the edges, stay out of the way. Oh, I bet I come up here and pull that. Yeah, that's what I do. So maybe that isn't the actual... Go here, go here. Move this guy off so it switches back. Go here. Go here. And twist this. What is this thing doing? It's making it glow. Burnt down the tree. Is that really how you found the secret entrance? By burning down a tree?
The hidden door. Where is it?
It's no good. Can't be opened before.
Wow. This is how you're gonna end the journey? Just the door is stuck?
You can't give up now!
Wow.
The last line. Last line. The last line. Come back! It's the light of the moon, the last moon of autumn!
I want to open it. That was pretty funny. This game hasn't had a ton of good gags in its animation. And generally speaking, the gags only work the first time you play the game. And if you're pretty childish in mindset. Anyways, 25 minutes, 10 of which were just getting to the beginning of the level. Wow. So, best I can figure, next recording we will be done with the storyline. That's good news. And then we just have a lot of free play to do, and I imagine it won't be too bad. We'll probably commit an hour, 45 minutes maybe only 30 minutes to, I'll have to think about it. Whatever feels natural. Every episode I'll run around and do a bunch of collectibles. There is a ton of events and collectibles on the map, so we may breeze through it. We may, they may prove to be a little bit more difficult than I think. Anywho, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. However that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.